In today's fast-moving world, many people look calm on the outside, but inside their minds there is constant noise. Thoughts about past mistakes, worries about the future, and pressure from daily responsibilities keep running endlessly. The mind rarely finds a moment of real silence. Because of this, many people feel tired, restless, and unable to enjoy the present moment. This was exactly the problem faced by a young man named Rahul. He was intelligent and hardworking, yet his mind never seemed to rest, even during peaceful moments. His thoughts continued racing from one worry to another. Rahul tried many ways to relax, but nothing truly worked. One day, he heard about a wise old man living in the mountains who was known for helping people find peace of mind. Hoping for an answer, Rahul decided to visit him, not knowing that this journey would soon change his life. Follow NT Motivational Story for more inspiring life lessons. The wise old man lived far away from the crowded city, in a quiet place surrounded by hills and trees. People from many places had visited him, hoping to find answers to their worries and confusion. Rahul traveled for several hours before finally reaching the small house where the old man lived. When he arrived, he saw the man sitting peacefully under a large banyan tree, slowly drinking a cup of tea. Everything around him felt calm and unhurried. Rahul greeted him respectfully and sat down nearby. After a moment, Rahul explained his problem. He spoke honestly about how his mind was always full of thoughts. "I keep thinking about mistakes I made in the past," he said. "And at the same time, I worry about things that might happen in the future. My mind never feels quiet." The old man listened carefully without interrupting. He simply nodded, as if he had heard this story many times before. Instead of giving advice immediately, the old man stood up and walked inside his small house. A few minutes later, he returned holding a cup filled completely with water. He gently handed the cup to Rahul. "I want you to walk through the village and then come back here," the old man said calmly. "But there is one rule. Do not spill even a single drop of water." Rahul looked at the cup with confusion, but he agreed to try. Rahul carefully held the cup in his hands and began walking toward the village road. The cup was filled almost to the top, and even the smallest careless movement could cause the water to spill. The path was not easy. The road was uneven, with small stones and dust scattered everywhere. People moved around the village busily, going about their daily lives. Children were running and laughing loudly near the houses. A few shopkeepers were calling out to customers in the small marketplace. Farmers walked past carrying baskets of vegetables, and dogs barked as strangers passed by. Normally, Rahul would have noticed all these things, but this time, his entire attention was fixed on one thing: the cup. He walked slowly, step by step, making sure his hands stayed steady. His eyes remained focused on the surface of the water. If he became distracted even for a moment, the water could spill, so he continued walking carefully through the village. Minutes passed. Finally, Rahul returned to the old man's house. He looked down at the cup. The water was still there, not a single drop had fallen. Rahul felt proud that he had completed the task successfully. He walked up to the old man and handed the cup back to him. The wise man smiled gently, but instead of praising Rahul immediately, he asked him a simple question. "Tell me something," the old man said. "Did you notice the children playing in the village?" Rahul paused for a moment. He shook his head. "No." If you enjoy meaningful life lessons like this, follow NT Motivational Story for more inspiring stories that can change the way you see life. The old man looked at Rahul with a calm expression and asked another question. "Did you see the market stalls along the road?" he said. "The fruit sellers, the people walking, the farmers carrying vegetables?" Rahul thought for a moment before answering. "No," he said quietly. "I didn't notice them." The old man smiled gently and continued. "Did you hear the dogs barking near the houses? Or the children laughing while they played?" Rahul shook his head again. "No, I didn't hear them either." For a moment, Rahul felt confused. The village had been full of life and activity, yet he had experienced almost none of it. Then the old man spoke slowly. "The reason is simple," he said. "Your mind was focused on the cup." Rahul looked down at the cup of water in his hands. The old man continued explaining, "When your attention stayed on one thing, the noise around you disappeared. Your mind stopped wandering. It stopped thinking about the past or worrying about the future." He paused for a moment before adding the most important lesson. "This is the secret to a peaceful mind. Most people suffer because their thoughts are always moving between yesterday and tomorrow. They regret things that already happened, or they fear things that may never happen. But peace exists only in the present moment." Rahul listened carefully. The message was simple, yet powerful. For the first time, he realized that the problem had never been the world around him. The real problem was the uncontrolled movement of his own thoughts. Rahul stood quietly for a moment, thinking deeply about the old man's words. The lesson seemed simple, yet it explained something he had struggled with for many years. He realized that most of his stress had never come from real problems in the present moment. Instead, it came from thoughts that constantly moved between the past and the future. He often replayed old mistakes in his mind, wondering what he should have done differently. At the same time, he worried about things that might happen tomorrow, next month, or even years later. His mind had been like a restless traveler, never staying in one place for long. But during the walk through the village, something different had happened. Because he focused completely on the cup of water, all those thoughts had disappeared. For those few minutes, his mind had been quiet, peaceful, and fully present. Rahul finally understood what the old man was trying to show him. Peace is not something we find by changing the world around us. It appears when we learn to guide our attention. When the mind stops jumping endlessly between past regrets and future fears, life becomes much clearer. Rahul thanked the old man sincerely for the lesson. As he began his journey back toward the city, he felt lighter than before. The problems of life had not disappeared, but his way of looking at them had changed. Now he knew something important. A peaceful mind does not come from escaping life. It comes from learning how to live fully in the present moment. And sometimes, that simple awareness can change everything. Rahul's journey teaches a powerful truth about the mind. Most of our stress does not come from the present moment, but from thoughts about the past and worries about the future. When we learn to focus on what is happening right now, the mind becomes calmer and life feels lighter. Try this simple practice in your own life. Give your full attention to the moment you are living, and notice how your mind begins to slow down. If this story inspired you, follow Motivational Story for more meaningful life lessons. And share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone else today.